Ryomo Kyokai. Ryomo Kyokai Liang Wangzai Hui Ryomo Society was a lay Rinzai Zen Buddhist practice center located in Tokyo, Japan. History. Intellectual Society. Ryomo Kyokai means Association for the Abandonment of the Concepts of Objectivity and Subjectivity. It was founded at the beginning of the Meiji Restoration, when Japan started to modernize. The Zen lay practitioners Yamaka Tesshu, Takahashi Daishu, and other top leaders of our country asked Soryu Kutsu Imikita Kozen Roshi, the chief abbot of Engaku-ji Temple in Kamakura, to establish a group for intensive Zen meditation, the later Ryōmō, in order to train promising figures. Being anxious for the future of the state, it attracted figures such as Imikita Kozen (1816–1892), abbot of the Rinzai Monastery in Gakuji, and teacher of Soyen Shaku, Nakajima Nobuyuki, Kawajiri Haken, and Naki Chaman (1847–1901). Kozen was its honorary leader, but not its founder. It served as an intellectual society for the discussion of Buddhism and Zazen practice. The rules of the society were as follows. Members could discuss anything they wanted except politics and worldly affairs. Meals were limited to rice, sake, and 3 bowls of vegetables. Participants would be honest and polite. New participants would be introduced by an existing member. Lay practice. Ryomo Kyokai was revived by Tetsuo Sakatsu, Dharma descendant of Soyen Shaku. The revival was more frequently called Ryobo Zen Kyokai or Ryobo Kai in Japan, owing to a more modern kanji reading. Tetsuo Sakatsu received the name Ryobo and from Ryōgakutsu Roshi. He opened Ryobo Kai for lay practitioners and went so far as to give Dharma transmission to lay practitioners, which before was restricted to priests. In 1906, Sakatsu traveled to the USA with a group of students, among them Sokai Sasaki and Goto Zuigan, who would become 2 of his Dharma heirs. A branch was established on Sutter Street in San Francisco after Sakatsu arrived in America. It attracted lay Buddhists and possibly inspired the form of Zen practice centers throughout the Western world. Sakatsu stayed in the USA 4 years before returning to Japan, leaving only Sokai behind. Sokai lived most of his adult life in the United States, returning to Japan only briefly on 4 occasions, principally to complete his Zen training and receive his final Dharma transmission from Sakatsu. In 1930, he established the Buddhist Society of America in New York City, initially as a branch of Ryomo Kyokai. This was renamed the First Zen Institute of America after World War II and continues to this day, in spite of having no resident teacher. The Japanese revival was disbanded after World War II, and the San Francisco branch likely was lost during the Japanese-American internment. Ningen Zen Kyodan. Ryobo and Roshi gave Dharma transmission to Kun and Tatsuta Izen Roshi, Ikimu and Ohezama Chikudo Roshi, Goto Zuigan Roshi, and Sokai and Sasaki Shigetsu Roshi. Kun and Roshi founded Ningen Zen, Zen cultivation of the human spirit. The Ningen Zen Kyodan. Its mission is to establish an earthly paradise. In this, it sees itself as essentially different from the traditional Zen Buddhists, who aimed principally at Dharma transmission for the sake of Dharma transmission. The Ningen Zen Kyodan has 16 groups and 16 meditation centers, and 12 Zen masters, who received Dharma transmission from Kun and Roshi.